Hi, my name's Janice Kewen, fitness and sports instructor at CFB Kingston. Today for our dumbbell kettlebell circuit, I have a Super 7s workout. We are doing an EMOM 7-minute cycle that we're gonna cycle through 4 times. So you are gonna need either one set of dumbbells, about medium type weight, or one kettlebell if that's all that you have. So our 7 exercises, we have push-ups, goblet squats, hand release burpees, push press, plank shoulder taps, dumbbell or kettlebell swings, and then ground to overhead. At the end of each of those exercises, we're gonna rest for 1 to 2 minutes. So what does the EMOM mean? It means every minute on the minute. So at the top of the minute, you're gonna do your 7 repetitions of the exercise. When you're done, you rest for the rest of the minute. And then at the top of the next minute, then you go into your next exercise, do those 7 repetitions. So when we get to the push presses, if you have 2 dumbbells, you're gonna be doing them at the same, so both arms at the same time. If you have 1 kettlebell, you're gonna do 7 on one side and then 7 on the other. Plank shoulder taps, that's gonna be 7 on each arm, so that's 14 total in that minute. And with the ground to overhead, I'll demonstrate that as well. We're only gonna use 1 dumbbell or the 1 kettlebell. All right, so then when you get to the end of your 7 minutes, as I said, rest 1 to 2 minutes, at the most 2 minutes if you need it, and then just cycle back up to the start again. So I'll get into demonstrating each of the exercises. All right, so I do have a set of dumbbells and 1 kettlebell, so I can demonstrate the exercises using either of the pieces of equipment. So starting off, your first exercise, push-ups. Pretty standard. Make sure that your wrists are under your shoulders, that your arms are not way out in front of you. It's a little too hard on the shoulders that way. Second exercise, goblet squats. So if you're using your dumbbell, option of holding it on either end or holding it on one end. Feet are about shoulder width apart, toes pointed out slightly, weight is in those heels, sitting those hips back and down, nice and low. Or if you're using kettlebell, holding it as a goblet at the chest once again, sitting those hips back and down. Hand release burpees. So you're coming down, release the hands off the ground before coming back up and jumping. So your options here, step the feet back, lower down, lift the hands, step them in and reach, or you can jump the whole way. Push press. So grabbing a hold of both of those dumbbells, bringing them up to shoulder height, knees slightly bent. You're gonna do just a small little squat, push those weights up overhead. So we're not squatting down as low as we would if we were in a thruster, just a little squat, making sure that you are extending those arms straight up overhead, not bringing those shoulders up towards the ears, keep those shoulders down. If you're using a kettlebell, one side at a time, bringing it up to shoulder, push it up, pop it up. We'll do 7 on the one side, switch arms, 7 on the other. Plank shoulder taps, down in that plank position, wrists under your shoulders, wide feet for balance and stability. This is an anti-rotation exercise. So as you lift your hand, you want to avoid rotating those hips, keeping them nice and level like you're trying to balance something on your back. So bringing the hand up to the shoulder on each side, keeping that core tight. We've got 7 on each side. Then we've got your kettlebell or dumbbell swings. So if you have the dumbbell, we're gonna hold it at one end. Hinge exercise, so you're hinging at the hips, pushing those hips back, bringing the weight between the legs, and then popping it forward. Pendulum type action. We're working the posterior chain here, so we're not squatting and lifting. We're pushing the hips back, pulling them forward. If you're using that kettlebell, grabbing a hold by the horn, same thing. Hinge at the hips and pop it forward. And then our last exercise is the ground to overhead. Demo with the kettlebell first. Putting the kettlebell between the feet, you're gonna squat down, pick it up, and then push it up overhead. So we're squatting, keeping that chest up, head up. We're not folding in half, bending those knees to reach down. With the dumbbell, same thing. Between those feet, you're gonna grab a hold of the big parts at each end. So down, bring it up, push it overhead. Pushing through those heels as you come up out of that squat. So those are our 7 exercises. 7 reps, top of each minute, rest 1 to 2, and then start again. 4 cycles. For more fitness workout ideas, you can take a look at our social media channels on Instagram and Facebook, or at PSP Kingston on YouTube.
PSP Kingston, the health and wellness provider for the military community.